What's up, guys? My name is Andrew. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, well, we're back working on the R32 today. And what are we going to be doing? Well, there's a bunch of electrical issues we've recently found with this car, and we're going to be working on getting those sorted out in today's episode. So without further ado, let's get this car uncovered, get it in the garage, and start figuring out what's wrong with this car. So guys, what I mean by electrical issues, what do I mean that I'm having issues electrically with my car? Well, to start off first, the trunk of my car has not been able to open for the last couple of weeks. I believe that either the latch inside here has seized or the microswitches are dead. Every time I either go into the car and try to hit the unlock button or try to open it via the rear lock here, this rear trunk, nothing happens. It won't open. So I need to actually replace the micro switch here in the rear and also the latch. ECS Tuning has a whole kit with basically a new latch, the new micro switch, and any other bolt that will go in there. So it should be all brand new in the rear, and that should be fixed hopefully pretty soon. We're going to show you guys how to open this rear hatch without having the micro switches working and everything like that. So it's going to be fun digging in the back of this car to try to get this thing popped open. The other issue that I've been having with this car, my driver's side micro switches have died. So I have a new micro switch to put in the driver's side door, which is going to be, once again, a pretty big job taking all that off. So those are the kind of things that we're going to be working on today's episode. So without further ado, let's actually start on this trunk and show you guys how to pop this thing open. So step one, you guys have to remove and put down your rear seats. Hopefully your car does not have air ride in it like mine does. To get this trunk open, right in here, you're going to see there are some Phillip head screws. They're going to be on either side. You're going to have to unscrew those, and once those are unscrewed, you can actually use this to pull, and when you pull this, this should allow this rear plastic guard to come off, and when that comes off, you have to reach underneath here to unlatch it by hand. So let's go ahead and try this and see how this goes. All right, let's see here. You gotta go down with your hand. There it is. All right. Let's see if I can get this up and over. There we go. Trunk's open. Oh. Well, that was a lot harder than I thought that would be. All right, well, now let's take off that plastic guard. There we go. Well, that's off. So I could definitely tell right here, this popped off on this hatch, which I believe this is supposed to go up here somehow and connect like this. It looks like this pin or this plunger for the actual micro switch, which is right here, looks like it's out. It won't go back in. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see what's going on here. Maybe this latch is seized up, but we're gonna have to figure out what's going on here and try to clean all this up. So let's go ahead and pull some of this out and figure out what's going on with this rear latch. See, new, old. Get this in. Okay guys, so I got the micro switch out, replaced that. I replaced the actuator, and I also replaced the electrical latch on the hatch. Figured that was all that needed to be done, but after going into a little bit more digging, I found that also my lock is now an issue. Basically the issue that I'm having is I had to take apart this whole entire rear part of this locking assembly, and I found that there's a locking mechanism within this lock actually that a part sheared off, and basically the key in the front now just spins freely and it won't actually actuate anything to unlock this latch. Kind of annoying. So for those reasons, I actually have to now go to a junkyard, get a new one of these keyholes, and then I have to replace basically the drum inside of here into that new latch. So my key could still work with this, but at least then the trunk then can unlock and open up. So we're gonna go to the junkyard, get this part so we can actually get this finished. That shouldn't take too long to do. So while we're waiting, I'm just actually waiting on Justin to come. We're gonna start working on the front door and getting that micro switch replaced in there. So let's go over to the door and start working on that. So what are we actually now replacing on the driver's door here? Well, right over here, this is the driver's side door latch, and within this latch assembly, there is a micro switch. That micro switch is bad, and basically what that does is it doesn't show the CCM when this door is open. So some things that may not happen are the alarm may not actually arm on the car. When you double lock the door, that the horn won't sound to arm also the alarm. The other issues that may happen, the center dome light may not come on when this door is open because it doesn't realize that this door is opened or closed. So those are just some of the few things that are kind of like, I guess, a little annoying. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that latch with a new latch so we can get that micro switch working properly and getting the central locking and everything back in this car working properly again. So that's what we're gonna be working on today. And the first thing that we need to do is obviously remove this exterior door panel. And the easiest way to do that is there's gonna be some T20s going around the outside. So we're just gonna start by going ahead and taking those T20s off. So I'm not gonna go into super details with this. I feel like there's better instructions online on how to do this. And I'll link a video down below that I use to actually do this to help you guys if you're in the same situation that I am. But basically the way that you have to do, I removed the T20s at the bottom here. I also removed on the side here a Phillips head screw, and then the brushed aluminum trim that's on here, you have to remove that trim. There is this clip that is in the back of the trim. It actually goes right in the back over here. And what you basically do is you have to pop that out with a screwdriver, like a flathead screwdriver would probably be the best way to go about it. And once that's out, there are 3 screws right on the top here, Phillips head screws. Take those out and the door panel should come off. We're gonna try that right now and see how it goes. I'm gonna have to give it a good yank. There we go. So that's off. Now you just have to go around and pop the rest of them off these clips. The next step is we're gonna have to get this up and over this ledge up here and just make sure that you don't hit the locking mechanism over here. Once you get this off the top, you go behind and you gotta make sure you're getting all of the other parts off. So say like the wires that go to the locks and also anything that goes to the hidden mirrors over here. So we're gonna go do that, take this all off, and I'm gonna show you guys the next step. So now you guys can see that this is all off, and this is basically what the door is going to look like once you have the window up. Obviously, make sure you tape this because if you don't, this will come crashing down and smash in the bottom of here, which is definitely not a good thing. But this is kind of how it looks currently. And the thing that we have been trying to get this whole time is this mechanism right in here. This is the door latch where the micro switch is in there. So we're going to remove this door latch, and once we remove that latch, we should be able to then replace it with the new latch that we have currently as I drop it on the ground right here in this box. So yeah, this should be good, and hopefully this works out. It's out. If anyone is wondering why I pulled this whole mechanism out, the basic reason behind it is right down here. That's a micro switch in there, and that is dead. And for that reason, those are all the issues that I'm having with this door. So this has to come out, and now basically I got to switch over all of these components that are on here, like the door latch cable. I got to switch over this. I'll have to switch over a few other cables, I believe, over to the new latch, and then I can go back in and put everything back together. So let's get to that.
A few moments later.
So some good news, guys. Everything's back together. Windows are working. I checked also the trunk and also the gas lock. Everything's working. Lights are on here too. This is actually really good. This is functioning the way it should be. The true test is going to be once I put the rear trunk together, we'll actually see how everything functions. So I'm gonna go to the junkyard right now with Justin and get a rear lock for that hatch and put it back together so we can actually see if all this stuff actually worked.
3 weeks later.
So guys, right before this last cut, I I said I was gonna go to the junkyard and go get a lock for the rear of the R32 to get this fixed. I went to the junkyard, tried to find a lock. There was no locks for any Mark IVs in our junkyard. So I was stuck with the only option to buy a actual lock from eBay. Volkswagen actually discontinued these locks, so you can't get them anymore for the dealership. The only way to do it is to buy something secondhand. I went ahead, bought this lock on eBay, came from China, and it took a month to get here. So now that it's finally here, everything's all back together, everything's hooked up, this opens up again, and also, the good part about the lock, I can't use the key because the drum lock itself is not the same, but they did give me an extra spare key, and I put this in here, and I can turn this, and when I turn this, everything will open up. So this currently is working just the way I was hoping it would work. So that is good, and this is now fixed. Like I mentioned before, the front door is now actually working, and the cool part actually, you guys can't see this, but the door, the driver's side door is open, and the lights are on inside the car. So that is showing that microswitch is now working there, and it seems like it's working out pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's get this car started up and just make sure everything is functioning the way it should be. All right, guys, so before when I would come over to the door, obviously I would open this door, and these lights down here would not turn on, nor would the overhead dome lights turn on, so they are working now. Also on my cluster display, you can see the door symbol for the door being open, and when you close this door, you can see the door actually symbol says it's closed. The dome lights go out now and everything. So that microswitch is now fixed. For the rear trunk is working also like I mentioned before. If we come around to the back here, you can see the trunk is opening up here, which that's good. That rear light is on. And then also on this cluster, you can see it shows the rear trunk is open. So there we go, guys. The R32 is all back together, running good. I'm super excited that at least we got these micro switches fixed and everything like that. I know I didn't show you guys all that much of it, but just some updates on the R32 as we go through and work on this car. We do have some big things coming from this car, hopefully within the next few months. Hopefully the engine will be coming out of this car and getting completely rebuilt for an awesome project that I think you all will enjoy. If you guys haven't seen yet, we actually are dropping some merch for the YouTube channel. You can see right here, this is the new name that we are renaming the YouTube channel to 3 Pedal Garage. And on the back, I'll show you guys a picture right here. This is what the rear of the sweatshirt looks like. I think it looks pretty cool overall. If you guys are into Mark IVs, this is the Mark IV design. We have all 4 different generation colors. And then also we're gonna have a Mark V hoodie coming out, the exact same style as this, with all the 4 colors for the Mark V R32. I'm also currently working on a poster for the Mark IV R32, so some of you guys may be interested in that stuff, and if you are, go check out our website. We actually have now a website for the 3 Pedal Garage YouTube channel, so go check that website out and see what kind of merchandise you guys would maybe like to purchase from there. Anything that you guys are purchasing from there will be going into this build and basically help fund to speed up the process of getting this build done so you guys can see some more content. So I kind of just wanted to bring that up to you guys so you guys could kind of know what's going on and what's going on with this YouTube channel. We have a few other things going on. Right now, this is my Christmas kind of like break. So I do have a few things that we have going on with the car currently. I have some things coming from VX Tuning that we're gonna be testing out for this car. Should be pretty cool, and I think you guys may like that stuff. We also have just a few other odds and ends that we need to do. I've had water issues recently with this car that we're gonna work on, and those will be coming up in an upcoming video. So guys, until next time, as always, my name's Andrew. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. If you would like to see a similar video, go check out my videos, guys, over here. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.